doing urban.
Closer to your mouth.
In doing an urban redevelopment project in Buffalo, you have to definitely look at the Olmsted Parkway system, which focuses many neighborhoods in the city around a parkway system. And the thing about it is, well, that's that. But we all know that the Humboldt Parkway, the east side portion, was removed, and it seems like parts of the east side lost their focus because they no longer had a green space directly in front of their neighborhood. But there's no shortage of green space in Buffalo's east side. And if you look at this transition analysis from the Buffalo Green Code, the planning phase, it's concentrated in an area pretty much where art farms is now happening. But this green space, the thing about it is there's no activity really of any kind. There's no people, no economic activity, there's no economic activity, houses get abandoned. And in a way, it seems to us to be more of an activity issue primarily than an architectural issue about how to start to change the place. And looking at the other redevelopment that's happening in Buffalo, the canal side and the medical corridor, they just don't seem like the right fit or approach, nor exactly are they running to the east side to do any development like that. So, I really questioned what the relevance of architecture to making a place improve was, and I think that really started to change from an architectural practice, in a conventional sense, towards a terrain vague and unknown kind of direction in architectural practice. Looking at the landscape on the east side, I did see some activity going on. Mark Stevens from Wilson Street Farms, the urban farmer, and that represents the first reuse or repurposing of the landscape that I saw. The cool thing about it is it generates food and some economic activity for them. So there's definitely a need for food over there. The social service nonprofits have food pantries, and community groups over there like to do planting and gardening because it's a way for them to kind of focus in on the people in their neighborhood. So we're making partnerships with them to do farms with them, but that's not going to bring more activity back. We got the idea that putting sculptures that are used in an agricultural way on the farms might begin to attract more people to the east side to support food movement activities like farm stands, CSAs, things like that. But everybody knows that the local food movement is really kind of exploded, and that it's cultural and it's really leading to people to rediscover places and cities that they've never frequented before. We are trying to do this through the art farms, get more people to see and try the local food movement that's emerging. And then hopefully the area of the east side that we're in will be a place that has cuisine, it has the historical buildings, it has the empty landscape being used, and the ethnic people who are there, and then also the fresh food. It'd be this whole new kind of destination, we believe, that comes from what the situation really is there. And that we're able to create this kind of backdrop. Art farms makes it possible for people to do a cafe or a shop or renovate a house because there's something else going on there that's beginning to be woven in using things that are already happening in a way that is changing that empty landscape that nobody else is doing right now. So it would start to change. Individual farms could look something like this where, yeah, it's productive, there's some art on it, but because we're now on pieces of land that are bigger, they could be places that people will come and walk and ride through, new ways of moving across neighborhoods. Also, we think, as more farms start to take shape, then it becomes possible perhaps to do a small restaurant or something that having the art, having the farm there, it creates a kind of an intensity that makes it possible for someone to do their own business that comes from this activity going on already. And that we see that we can change places that we all know. I mean, this is the view down Paderewski towards the central terminal. You can imagine it being more useful as farmland with some small farm activities going on, but just a place people might want to visit now as opposed to avoid. So we started doing a lot of images of what this could look like on a bigger scale, and we see how you start to assemble vacant land and turn it into farms, and you put some artwork on it, and you get it over a couple of blocks, it starts to become a place. You know, maybe there's one or two businesses associated with the farms there, but it's totally a new direction. And when we started early, just sketching it, we began to see this connection to the parkway system, and that art farms could be an informal parkway system. There's so much vacant land on the east side that an archipelago of farms could eventually take root, that people could move across the east side and be reconnected to the parkway. And right now, we're trying to understand more about how this formally will look on a map. So it'll be a place of food from its community with art and a vacant